Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. MicroStrategy 2.0, the next one. And this is being launched by some enormous names, okay? Cantor Fitzgerald, and you got Tether, and SoftBank. These three giants, and Tether is a giant now, okay? These three are going to create a company, and that company's sole purpose is to accumulate Bitcoin. They decided that MicroStrategy is too good. That Saylor strategy works, and they want to mimic it. Okay, so they're creating a company where the sole purpose, forget the business intelligence or anything else, the sole purpose of this company is to acquire Bitcoin and raise debt and acquire Bitcoin. The same strategy that Michael Saylor is doing. Imagine that. And Saylor himself with MicroStrategy is was a relatively small publicly traded company. It still is, arguably. It's under 100 million market cap. Or 100 billion. No, 100 million. 100 billion. What is MicroStrategy's? Getting confused here. 100 billion. 100 billion, yeah. Which is not that small now, but it was. Back in the day, it was like 10 billion, 15 billion, which was relatively small. But now they are not. But Cantor Fitzgerald is absolutely huge. SoftBank is enormous. Enormous. And Tether makes tens of billions of dollars in profit every quarter now. Okay. So these three guys, if they create a MicroStrategy 2.0, they could acquire Bitcoin at a much faster rate than even MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy already, Saylor holds over 530,000 Bitcoin. And most of that was like the last 6 months. It was most of his last 6 months. So these guys, if they were going to play catch up, they catch up really quick. So this is absolutely huge. And again, this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin will reach the market cap of gold and will surpass it eventually. I'm not saying right away, because we have so many that are now essentially FOMOing. Okay, retail had it right. Satoshi had it right. All the retail people that got in early and still are in it or getting in had it right. Now the institutions, they're FOMOing it. They realized that, hey, we missed out on this trend. Now we're not going to be missing out, and they are playing catch up. However, they have endless money. So when they play catch up, they come in hard and they buy enormous amount. And the way we profit is just accumulate as much as we can, and we go along for the ride. That's really it. And this ride is going to be quite tremendous. Quite tremendous. All right, so this is interesting. So this relates to that funding, that liquidation thing I was talking about. This is talking about funding rates on Binance. So if you're looking at this, there's been a couple of times over the last few years where the funding rates were really, really, really low. Basically, people weren't playing leverage at these times. When the funding rate is really low, basically it means that it's a really scary time or very volatile time, and most people just stop playing leverage. It could be because they were all liquidated or some reason. And if you look at this trader, this guy basically pointed out that the last two times this happened, October 16, 2023, was when Bitcoin was at 28,000, and it shot up to 73,000. And the time after that, it was when Bitcoin was 57,000 and went up to 108,000. And right now is one of those times. Our funding rate was extremely, extremely low, basically near zero or below zero. And if we're mimicking those two times, that means we have found that bottom or consolidated long enough, and now we are in for a ride. We are definitely in for a ride to the next level, the next peak, so to speak, right? And those last two times were quite tremendous. So where are we going to end up this time? Well, there's a lot of predictions. If you look at the MVRV score, which measures the top of every cycle, you could see how we're nowhere near the top. So we got a lot of room to grow, okay? A lot. We're nowhere close to top. And you could argue 2021, we didn't even hit top either because we were prematurely cut short. Number one, China kicked out all the miners. Number two, we had FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried doing a lot of shenanigans. And number three, the Fed decided to announce a lot of rate hikes ahead of time. Those three things really kind of upset the tail end of the 2021 cycle. Otherwise, I truly believe in 2021, we would have surpassed 100,000. But nevertheless, you could see we're just nowhere close to it. We're nowhere close to it. So that means our high is still coming up. Way, way higher than where we are now. If you're looking at this chart, we are basically back to where we started back right around March timeframe. So you could argue it's not really a V-shaped recovery. I don't know, it looks like a W-shaped recovery. Basically all the scariness, almost all of it from, not all of it, but you know, all the stuff from the tariffs and everything. Basically what Tom Lee described as the deleveraging from the funds and everything. That's when they started selling off all their Bitcoin and the ETF started selling off. We basically recovered back up to that point, right? So we're not too far off from the previous highs. Like we're not far off from 100,000. We're really not that far off from previous highs. So once we get back up there, the next level, well, according to Fibonacci, should be 131,000. Okay, so that's the next level, but that's not the top. That's not the top. The top is still far beyond that. But if we get back to 109,000, which could be in short order since everyone is FOMOing back in now. After that, the next level 131,000, and after that, it's anyone's guess. We still have many, many, many months left in this year, and who knows, we may go beyond, this cycle may go beyond 2025 and extend it in 2026, and who knows, maybe this cycle becomes a permanent cycle where we never go to crypto winter ever again. We have corrections, we have maybe even extended consolidation periods, but we may never experience a crypto winter again after this time. I just have a hard time saying that with all these guys, if this new MicroStrategy 2 comes out and then Sailor and the ETFs and everyone holding such enormous amounts of Bitcoin, I have a hard time seeing that we're going to have crypto winter going forward. I just don't see all of them dumping like previously. For us to go down 80% going forward, I have a really hard time seeing that. But we will see.